So people always ask me at work, they always seem to bring up the question, and it's a few questions. It's, why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? I don't understand. You're 30, almost 32. Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why aren't you married? Don't you want to get married? Don't you want to have a girlfriend? Well, the most important question, the topic of this video is, why don't you have kids? You're running out of time to have kids. Why don't you have kids? Don't you want to have kids? See, it's not about whether I want to have kids. It's, are the kids going to want to be here if I were to have kids? And my honest answer to that is, maybe. Maybe they would want to be here. Maybe, if I gave them a good life, they wouldn't question it. They wouldn't question the fact that they're here. They wouldn't, of course, if they're a kid, they wouldn't understand how bad life really is and how bad life really could get until they're older. But it would weigh on my conscience. And I'm not sure why it seems just like so many people just have kids willy-nilly out of nowhere without thinking twice about it. And I mean, I understand, like, at my work, it's the culture. It's the Latin culture. They're all popping out babies like rabbits. But, people need to start thinking, is this kid that I'm going to bring into this world, is this child going to want to be here? Are they going to suffer? Which is obvious. They're going to suffer. Any person who brings a kid into this world is going to suffer, no matter what. Even if it's on the most basic level, heartbreak or whatever, they're going to suffer. Okay. So what baffles me are these questions of, when are you going to have kids? And when I ask these people at work, why did you have kids? Why do you think I should have kids? Why do you want kids? One of the main answers I get is, well, who's going to take care of you when you're older? You're going to get old, then you're going to die, and you're going to have no one to take care of you. And the other ones are, well, kids are beautiful. Well, because that's what we do. That's what we're here for. We're here to spread our genes and have kids. And then what? I ask them. And then live happily ever after. Just have a kid, and then your kid's going to go on to have more kids, and then more kids, and more kids. But why? Do people don't ask themselves exactly what they think their kid is going to achieve by coming here? I mean, is there really any grand purpose? Is it, are they hearing things? Is it God telling them that, their kid's going to be the next Simba, from the Lion King, with the, at the beginning of the movie where the ape is holding up the lion, Simba? Is that going, do they think their kid, I mean, I'm willing to bet, like, a lot of these people think their kid is going to be like this Simba from Lion King, like the next status, the next symbol of just like, the person, the next child that's going to like change the world. Like their kid and only their kid is going to be like this goddess, this life-changing person who's just going to invent the cure for cancer, and he's going to save millions of lives or whatever. And it's just like, that's not the case. We make our own purpose, all right? And most of these kids that are growing up are, by at least our standards, are going to grow up, doing something mediocre. They're going to live in mediocrity. They're not going to become the next Ryan. They're not going to become the next Elon Musk. They're not going to become the next rocket science, the next biggest rocket science. They're not going to land. They're not going to land their first rocket on Jupiter. They're not going to be the first person on Jupiter or Saturn or Uranus or even Venus. It's these people are most likely going to be normal people, just like you and me. Work a normal 9-to-5 job. If if there are 9-to-5 jobs in the future still with AI and everything. And that's another thing is, are these people who have kids just don't think. This economy right now is the worst it's ever been. People are going homeless. People are losing their jobs. People can't find jobs. The amount of people who are just popping out kids willy-nilly because that's what their biological urges are telling them to do. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I can understand why I can understand the need to feed your biological urge. I can understand that if you have a kids, I can understand kids can be wonderful from that aspect. I'm sure that they bring a lot of joy to your life. But there's no denying that it's somewhat of a selfish choice, if not a fully selfish choice, because you're not having a kid to have a kid. You're having a kid so that kid can take care of you when you're older, so that kid can bring you happiness. You're having that kid so you can show it off on social media. You're having that kid so you can have somebody to accompany you, keep you company. You're not having that kid for any right reason. Most people. I mean, we have to just be honest and face the facts here. Most people are not having kids for the right reasons. And I don't really think there are many right reasons. Even if you were to discard, the fact that most people are just having kids to have them because they're fulfilling their biological need to procreate, or they're having kids because they want their genes passed down, or they want a kid with their eyes, or they want a kid with their hair, or they want a kid with their nails, or they want to have somebody to take care of them, or whatever selfish reason it is. Most people are self-motivated. They're having kids for the wrong reasons. They're having kids so they can get taken care of in the future, or so they can make themselves happy, or because it's something they think that's going to make them happy. So in a lot of cases, it doesn't really make them happy anyway, and they're stuck with them. But I can understand the joy that having a kid can bring you. I understand that. But what grand purpose, what big reason is there to bring one here? People say it's to procreate. Why do you believe that that's our number one reason to be here, is to procreate? Isn't it just to make the most of this life? Isn't it just to do the things that you want to do until you pass on? There's no evidence of an afterlife. There's no evidence of God. Whether you want to believe that or not, you're taking it all on faith. Would I like to believe there's some kind of grand purpose for us? Sure, of course. I don't want it to just be death. Would I like there to be some afterlife? Sure, of course. But the reality of the situation is we don't know why we're here. And most people don't really have a good reason to procreate. They're just doing it for the sake of doing it, or they're doing it for selfish and self-motivating reasons. But, I just get asked this question so much. It's like, what, you're getting older, you gotta have kids. Hey, what's gonna happen? You don't have kids? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, why? I can understand it's a fulfilling thing to do. Taking care of a kid, I'm sure it's a very fulfilling experience. Very fulfilling experience. You want to take on a kid. I understand that. You want to, you want to have a child that's yours. I can understand that. I can understand the reasons for having kids. But at the same time, I don't understand, because at the end of the day, there's no grand scheme happening. There's no big plan, at least that we know of. I mean, if you want to believe in God, if you want to believe that God told you and that's God's purpose, and that was God's purpose, He told you to bring a kid into this world and raise a kid, then I guess if you're religious, you're having kids for religious reasons, you believe in God and you think it's God's purpose, and you believe that God is, you believe your duty to bring kids into this world because of God or religion or whatever, I guess I can understand that. But if you don't, why? I just don't understand why. With the way the world is, with the way things are, you're creating more slaves for the system. You are bringing someone into this world who may not even want to be here, no matter how well you treat them, no matter how well you raise them. And you are bringing somebody into this life who will eventually suffer. They are going to suffer no matter what. I don't care if it's on a minuscule level or a high level. You are bringing somebody into this world, and you know they are going to suffer in some way, shape, or form. Everybody suffers in this life. Everybody suffers in this life, okay? Everybody gets hurt. Everybody gets injured. Everybody dies. In the end, everybody suffers. Emotionally, physically, mentally. In some way, shape, or form. In some way, shape, or form. Those three things happen. So instead of taking the risk, instead of being selfish and bringing someone here, knowing that they're ultimately going to suffer, why would you do it? Why would you do it? Why would you do it? I can understand relationship, I can understand love, like friendship, whatever. I truly believe that life is about building relationships with people. I truly believe that. People that are going to stick by your side until the day you die. I truly believe that. I truly believe that life is about loving one another. I truly believe that that's what life's about. You know, we're all stuck here together. You might as well. But why have more people? Why? Isn't there enough suffering already? So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Put a comment down below. Let me know if you like this video. And also, if you have any more video recommendations, feel free to give me, I'll leave a comment down below for more video recommendations. Leave a like. And yeah, guys, it's just something I've asked at work constantly, almost every other day, honestly, my people. So this is the, I know I said a while ago I was going to make, I wasn't going to make another antinatalism video, but I had to make one, guys. I'm starting to make them again, so I have more to talk about. So I hope you like this video again. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any other video recommendations you'd like me to do. Like this video if you liked it. And until next time, guys, take care.